And you wrote in your book, which is so popular in Brazil, that the irony is that this neoliberalism has triumphed at the very moment when it ceased to be as plausible as it had once seemed. Do you see any future for these types of economic regimes we have and apparently are praised now by the big powers as the solution for every mankind's problems?
Frankly, I don't see any future for the ultra-liberal regimes, because it seemed to me that while they may undoubtedly, speaking globally, produce a very rapid rate of growth, they multiply social and political problems, both within country and internationally, I believe probably to a greater extent. I believe, and in this I think I share the view of a number of economists, say 20, 30 years ago, people like Samuelson, that the really major success of the capitalist economy is precisely when it became a mixed economy instead of a mixed economy. When it succeeded both in getting extreme economic growth and in diminishing social inequities to some extent. At the moment,
this is what we would call the welfare state.
Well, the welfare state was partly a necessary complement to this kind of thing, and partly, of course, it was made possible by this semi-managed development. The present situation seems to me to be one-sided, and therefore to, as it were, leave out the human and, to this extent, to some extent, the political side. I think that's a really big problem. It will have to be tackled one way or another. At the moment, people don't tackle it, at least in the developed countries, because they say, well, most people in the developed countries are better off. The ones that are worse off are a minority, big minority, but still a minority. They're not very well organized. The kind of movements which used to organize them are in disarray, so we don't have to pay too much attention to them. And if the worst come to the worst, as in the United States, we can always put them in jail and employ the ones that can't get jobs as jailers.